The last little while in trading, it's been tough for a lot of people, and I can imagine those that have essentially started their trading journey got beat up a little bit in the way the markets are going. So this video is more about process and how you approach your trading. Down below, there's a subscribe button. It'd be awesome if you would click that for me. Also, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Questions or comments, pop them below. And here's some advice. It is critical not to fixate on the result of any individual trade when you're trying to be successful. It's simple to get caught up in that one losing trade and believe that your whole trading strategy sucks. But you know what? It's this type of thinking that's hazardous, and all it's going to lead to is more losses. It's dangerous because it is only going to lead to more losses. It doesn't lead anywhere else. And what's important is that you remember that even the best traders in the world have losing trades, but one thing that separates them from the amateurs is their ability to keep calm and focus on the long-term goal of becoming profitable. The fact is, if you want to be successful, focus on developing a sound strategy and perfect your execution. And by doing this, you're going to set yourself up for success in the long run. A tried and tested trading strategy is great, obviously, but if you don't have the right mindset, you're going to struggle to understand what works and what doesn't. Recommend using a trading journal to track your progress and identify which aspects of your strategy are profitable, which ones need improving. And when you focus on perfecting your strategy rather than being concerned with your individual losses and individual gains, it's important. Over time, the profits are going to come if you have a solid trading plan. When it comes to trading, focus on your strategy, not the outcome of all your trades. This is because the conditions under which each trade is executed can vary widely. And so when you rely on emotionally charged memories of your past trades, that's not a dependable way to assess your strategy. Instead, learning about your strategy from a decent sample of trades when you are in an objective state of mind, that's a much more dependable path to follow. And this is something that NetPicks has been hammering home to thousands of traders over the years for decades. And it's a viable way to help you execute your perfect trade every time. So if you want to be successful, why would you not want to be successful? You have to focus on your strategy. Let the outcomes take care of themselves. To succeed in trading, it's about finding and sticking to a strategy that works for you. It's not about getting emotional over the outcome of any one trade. Big wins, losses, don't get emotional about them. And if you can keep this in mind, these are the right steps to becoming profitable. There's a lot of traders, and we know this from experience, they just jump from system to system, or they cling to a strategy once it's stopped working. Now, emotional learning can explain this to some degree. So those system jumpers, they get nervous about a system, shows a few consecutive losses, or simply don't recognize that they're making mistakes when they execute it. And one thing that we teach traders at NetPicks is to produce 25 to 30 error-free trades before you consider putting any money at risk. And for those that hang on to a losing strategy, they refuse to believe, even in the face of their trade stats, that their strategy is not working. They remember those great winners that happened in the past, and they believe that that next one's just around the corner. Even worse is that they give up on it. The very next trade would have been a winner, and then they get this false hope it's going to work again, so they jump right back to it. So it's really important to be aware of the tendencies that emotions can cause, and you got to work to overcome them. Jumping from system to system or clinging to a losing strategy is going to lead everywhere else but to success. So what can you do to combat these emotional learning failures? Because that's what it is. First, if you find yourself jumping from system to system, take a step back. Ask yourself, why? Why are you doing that? Is it because you're chasing the Holy Grail? There's no perfect system out there. Every single one is going to have losing streaks. So you have to accept that the losses are part of the game and focus on sticking to the plan that you've made. And if you're still holding on tight to a strategy that just keeps on losing over and over again, you have to look at your stats. Be honest with yourself. If it's not working, it's not working. Accept that. Move on. So the key here, don't get too attached to any one system or approach. The best way to overcome this emotional learning failure is to have a well thought out trading plan that you stick to. No matter what, this plan should be based on sound money management principles and consistent execution. If you can do this, you'll find yourself on the way to success in the long term. And if you trade the markets, which you probably do since you're watching this video, it's important to focus on your trading strategy for perfect execution, properly assess your performance. And many traders lose sight of this. Instead, they just focus on the outcomes of their trades. We've talked about that. Remember, every strategy is going to have losing trades, so the outcome shouldn't be the main focus. Instead, focus on whether or not that trade was taken in accordance with your trading plan, which is the process. So if you periodically review your results, maybe weekly or monthly or every X number of trades, maybe 30 or 40, you're going to get a more accurate and objective picture of how good your strategy is. And also, it's important to learn and adapt with the changing market conditions, especially right now in 2022. The best traders, they're constantly learning from their actions. So make sure you're taking advantage of the lessons that are out there for you. And by doing this, you are going to be better prepared to survive as a trader for the long term. But there's a lesson here, and it's vital. The best traders make every effort to learn. They learn from their actions, and they are always observing how they are interacting with their trading plan and their mindset, always. So I have a challenge for you. Look, trading can be tough. A lot of people think they're ready to go, but they're not. They're not always ready to make that commitment. Oftentimes, they've blown out a trading account to learn, hey, you know what? I'm not ready. And here's a fact for you. Those pictures of yachts on Instagram or private jets, for the most part, 99.9%, that's not the reality at all. So I want to give you a simple challenge. And I want you to see if one trade, if that influences you. Does your win get you really excited where you think, I've got it. I found my edge. Did a few losses upset you enough to say this challenge is stupid? I'm going to move on. So on our channel, there are several simple strategies you can try, not for the sake of the results, okay, although you could do very well, but try to see the effects of winning and losing have on you. So to keep this doable, we're going to focus on the daily chart, okay? Because a lot of people can't watch the markets during the trading session, and quite frankly, if you could, maybe daily charts just suit you better. So in the description below and up top here, I've linked up a daily chart trading strategy that you can use. The challenge? Keep the emotions out of the equation, focus on your results over a basket of trades, and follow the plan. Now, it's going to take some time, all right, to do this, to complete this. The markets aren't going anywhere, right? If you can accomplish this little challenge, you're going to be well on your way to becoming successful. So let's wrap it up. It's quite simple. If you want to be successful, focus on your strategy and your performance rather than the outcome of each individual trade. Review your results to get an accurate picture of your progress. Additionally, make sure you're constantly learning and adapting to changing market conditions. How you trade a range-bound market is much different than you will for a trending one. You ready for the challenge? Good. Pop below that you're actually going to do it. And if you're up for it and you're going to do this, go through some of the stuff that we've got here on our channel. Remember, the goal is to keep the emotions out of the equation and just focus on results. And again, I'll say it again, if you can do it, you will be on your way to success over the long term.